What's up guys, Marcus here. Today we're talking about Hell or High Water. Hell or High Water was released back in 2016. It was written by Taylor Sheridan and directed by David Mackenzie. It stars Chris Pine, Ben Foster, and Jeff Bridges. It's a modern western where two brothers are robbing banks to pay the money they owe the bank in Texas. I was very impressed by this movie. It was so much better than I thought it would be. I was impressed at the quality that was shown with the talent of the filmmakers at hand. Firstly, the writing, which was the worst part of the movie, it was still very good. There were a few instances where it could have been better, but it was very strong through most of the movie. So much so that it made me want to make a video on this movie later, talking about the writing aspect, especially when trying to judge the objective quality of the movie. One thing that impressed me was how the movie was very mature and dealt with its story and themes without having contrivances and treating the audience as dumb, which apparently has made people think of this movie as mediocre. Since there are people with low attention span that just like dumb action movies, but this movie is actually very thought-provoking and well-made and interesting, and these people, they're just looking for dumb movies where they could turn their brain off and like, but this movie is actually slow-paced and well-made, that it requires to pay attention to the movie instead of just enjoying the spectacle. It was very clear the filmmakers wanted to make a western, so they took inspiration from a lot of western stories, even making self-referential jokes about it being sort of a western, especially Jeff Bridges' character. Talking about jokes, the movie has a lot of comic scenes, especially to relieve the audience from all the drama that could be too much for the audience to handle without some levity, but it's always done very well. Most jokes, if not every joke, landed really well. I mean, okay, what makes people laugh is subjective, but it was very well written. The jokes were still very well written and well delivered. The direction was great, basically perfect, just one small mistake that was barely noticeable. The editing, I would say that's one of the worst parts of the movie. There were a few continuity errors. The cinematography was gorgeous, capturing the western look while still keeping true to the modern feel of the movie, which is also helped by some great production design where unfortunately didn't account for the fact that the geography of where they were shooting was different from where the movie's universe is, so that made the movie have some geographical mistakes. But I mean, that's only if you really pay attention to it, if you know the places they're filming, but it doesn't subtract anything from the movie from a narrative standpoint. The acting from everyone was great, especially Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges, who put outstanding performances and put an acting lesson in this movie because it's just so great. They showed everyone how to act, especially Chris Pine with this subtlety. It was so brilliant in this movie. It was astounding how good it was. The score was very good and complemented the movie very nicely, especially when paired with the amazing soundtrack that was perfect for this movie. There's no other word to describe it. I was blown away by this film. Even though it's not perfect, it's one hell of an experience and I highly recommend it. I gave Hell of High Water a 9 out of 10. So guys, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, suggest movies or TV shows for me to review in the comments down below. Till next time guys, bye bye.